guys, I just finished my workout, so no gel or anything, but just wanted to let you guys know, totally forgot to do an intro and an extra for this vlog. So what you're gonna see right now is a vlog of our time at Preston Mills. So that's in the East Lothians, in the east part of, not Edinburgh, but to the east of Edinburgh. And it's a lovely place full of historical places and culture. So hopefully you guys will also enjoy our moment there. And if ever you're new to our channel, welcome, and please subscribe somewhere over here, I don't know, and hit the bell icon so that you guys will always be informed with our new videos. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Bye.
Lothian's the sunniest, hottest county in Scotland.
Is it? Fife's warmer.
we should move.
But that's one of the reasons why Edinburgh was able to develop, because there were good sources of growing food in East Lothian.
All right.
It's a bit like Glasgow and the fields of Ayrshire.
Yes.
So we were able to grow lots of cereal crops here. That's why Edinburgh's famous for brewing, because they were able to get barley locally. But oats grew all through Scotland. So at one time, every village, every town in Scotland would have had an oat mill for milling cereal crops and a kiln for drying the oats, which is what we've got outside.
Okay.
This is actually the only one left in Scotland with a separate kiln. So the chances are they didn't come here because, you know, J.K. Rowling was in Edinburgh, so the chances are they came and they decided they couldn't film here, but they used it as a model.
That's great.
You can see quite easily that that's the mill and this is the kiln. The kiln is the bit, it's a bit like an oven that just dries the oats. Oats are a very convenient crop. They can grow in even quite moist conditions, which is useful in Scotland, but they need to be dried before they can be milled. And this is an oat mill. It's the only thing they've milled here. The reason it has those tiles on is they're Dutch tiles, or they're made to a Dutch pattern, but almost certainly they're Dutch tiles. You may know the story that the whole area around Edinburgh, you know, East Lothian, West Lothian, Mid Lothian and Fife, all had lots of coal mines, and they used to export the coal, particularly to Holland, their main business partner, who didn't have any. And the big sailing barges which went down to Holland needed ballast to get them back, and they didn't want rock or gravel, so they took tiles. So they came back over a period of a couple of centuries. Millions of Dutch tiles entered the whole of the east coast of Scotland, and actually the east coast of the north of England, for exactly the same reason. And that's why sort of industrial premises like these, plus all rural premises, have these sort of tiles in Scotland. There'd be a fire at the bottom, and it would be sending hot air up, and the oats would be lying on the floor with holes in at the top of it. There, sort of halfway up the kiln. And it would simply dry them and go through. Now drying day was Monday. We know this from the children of the last miller and the children of the one before that actually. So on Monday morning the miller would come down the path, probably 6 in the morning, from his house in the village. He never lived in East Lothian. And he would look at the wind vane on top, or weather vane, and that was a rotating cowl. It's fixed now, but it was rotating then. And that would tell him the direction of the wind, whether it was an east wind or a southwest wind, which is the prevailing wind in the UK. And there's another fireplace with a southwest wind round the other side. So he'd come down the path, see the vane, and he'd know which fireplace to set.
This is where they used to keep the small animals, keep them warm.
That would be warm for them.
Yeah, because the what's it called? The fireplace was just the other side. This is the south.
This was the southwest wind fireplace. As you can see, it looks a bit more like a fireplace. It's got a fire surround. Actually, the original one would have been stone, whereas that's brick. They burnt charcoal. There were woods all round and charcoal makers. There were lots of mills. There were 7 mills in East Lothian. There were 17 on that river at the time, the main river of East Lothian. All the way back to its source in Walking Hill. Starting to fall over.
Just on your hands if I can get you to go down and stand on the left.
Stand on the left, okay?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just so we keep our distance.
This is great.
This is the last working water mill in the Lothians.
It's a water mill,
Of course, yeah.
So all the machinery is operating in here is working because the water wheel is turning outside. The axle comes in and through a series of gears, it's connected to all the various machines in the mill. On either side of the top large wheel there, which is known as the crown wheel, you have what's known as a mill nut, which is a cog which has a metal bar going up through the floor, and that metal bar supports and turns the millstones up above.
Up above, okay.
So you've got 2 of those cogs on either side. And because they're going through gear ratios, for every turn of the water wheel, you get many more turns of the millstones up above. Working millstones should be turning between about 120 and 150 revolutions per minute.
Okay.
But you've also got drive belts operating some of the other machines in here. This one is a cockler.
What's that one do?
It's basically a sieve. And it sieves out small particles. When the oats come in from the fields, you'll get small wildflower seeds in amongst them.
Okay.
And some of those seeds are poisonous, so they have to be removed.
Don't want that.
And that's what this machine does.
Alright.
Then there are other sieves like this one, which are removing large particles or just sifting the oat flour. The oat flour would come down the spout there from the millstone up above. When it comes down, you're getting large porridge oat particles and small oat flour. At that point, all the produce that's coming out is known as the run of the mill. Nowadays it means average, but in the old days it meant everything until it had been sorted.
Love that. Run of the mill.
Yeah, the machine over there, it's called a fanner. First of all, you've got to shell the oats, so you rub off the outer coating, the husk. And you can't eat that because it's made of cellulose, we can't digest it. But we want the oat groats, the heart of the oat. So they all come down together, they go through the sieve to remove the dust, they drop into the fanner and the fan blows away the husks. And the oats groats are heavy and they drop to the bottom of the machine. So this machine literally sorts the wheat from the chaff.
Wow.
before this was introduced to Scotland, the way you would sort your oats from the husks,
To bash them.
was to pour them on the floor of your barn, open a door at either end and wait for the wind to blow through.
Oh wow, okay.
And this was Dutch technology, and the plans were stolen and copied and brought to Scotland by Michael James Meikle.
I love the way that it's random speed on it because of the water.
Yes, that's
So
partly
cool.
at the moment because we've just had repairs done on the wheel.
Oh, okay.
As wood sits in water, it becomes saturated and gets
Yes.
heavy. At the moment, we've got some old wood which is saturated and some new wood which isn't yet. So as it speeds up, that's the heavy part dropping down.
That's so cool.
And as it slows down, that's it lifting the heavy stuff back
Gives
up.
it character.
Right, if you want to have a quick look upstairs, I'll let you see the millstones, and then we better get back for the next tour start.
Of course. This is so cool, eh? So that would have been taking it up from downstairs and taking it.
Yes.
I guess.
Right, so the millstones are behind you.
Yeah, yeah.
Originally there were two sets of stones. I'll stand over here just to keep our distance.
Okay.
These are the shelling stones. So you have a bedstone set on the floor. You have the metal spindle that's rotating in the centre there would have supported the upper stone, which is called the runner. The oats come down into a hopper. They're fed through that little rotating valve. The oats trickle into the centre of the stone, and then the oats pass between the two stones as the upper one rotates, and that's what grinds them down. So this one shells them. The outer husks get rubbed away, and then these ones are the grindstones which grind the oats down into the porridge oats or the fine oat flour. You can adjust the height of the...
So how long would the stone last?
Well, the stones would be there for years, but the surface would slowly wear away over time. Depends on the quality of the stone. Depends how much you're using them. This mill used to produce about half a ton of oats a week, and I believe it would be every 2 or 3 months that the stones would need to be recut to cut the pattern into them.
Right, okay.
When they were working, they would have looked something like that.
Alright, so that it pushes out.
Wow. Yes. And what happens is the bed stone has a pattern cut in the opposite direction to the runner stone.
Okay.
So as the oats flow over the surface of the stone, the rotating upper stone actually causes them to pass between these furrows.
Yeah.
And it's like a scissor motion which chops at the oats.
Oh,
And that's what actually grinds them down into a flour.
okay. That's amazing, eh?
Yeah.
It's really, I mean, it's, you know, people were really clever in those days.
Yeah, so these are stone, this would be stone ground oats. Nowadays if you're buying oatmeal it's usually rolled oats.
Yeah.
And they're crushed under a big rolling pin.
That turns there with the wind, so that they would know where the wind comes from. That's yeah. So they had so those holes were the ones that brought in the heat from the fireplace down there. Wow,
That's so cool.
that's great.
Beautiful.
As you can see, we are still trying to discover our new camera. We just bought a new camera, and the quality is better than before, but we still don't know the manual settings. So it's something that we still need to improve on, and hopefully all of our other videos would not go striking white or clear or overexposed or strikingly underexposed. So for that, we apologize. But you know, we learn every day. Every day is a school day. So hope you guys enjoyed our wee video for today, and let us know if you have any comments. Please put it on, down there. We would love to hear from you guys, and if you want to see anything else around Scotland, please tell us, or down in the borders or near Scotland in England. We would definitely try to plan out something so we can accommodate your suggestions. So please feel free again to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and thank you again for everything that you do. You guys make our channel worth it. So bye now.